everyone. Helen Heiner is here. Hope everybody is watching or will watch later. Today I have an announcement to make. We are starting to create fairy tales for kids and for adults. I use fairy tales for all my life, especially when I'm teaching music. Music is a hard subject to teach because it's abstract and it's very hard to explain something abstract to people who is just starting to learn. This is why, in order for me to explain such concepts, I use stories. I use stories for many, many years. First stories I started to create uh, in 70s. In 70s, yeah. So my students, my little students, they learned about Queen Tonica and King Dominant. This is how I explained the most important chords in music, the chord that is a question and the chord which is an answer. So by learning those chords, even little ones were able to pick up any tune with the harmony and to create their own music. So 10 years after immigration to United States, I came back to Ukraine and I met one journalist. He was interviewing me, asking questions, and then he said, "Oh, I think stories are very important in learning because I remember someone told me a story when I was in conservatory about King Dominanta who was asking questions. He was absent-minded and asked questions, and his wife Tonica, she was answering those questions. And I told him, you know what? I know who created those stories. He was so surprised that he is meeting the author who created it. Anyhow, you see how much it sticks. It sticks. People just can relate to them. They remember the concepts and it stays with them forever. So for all my life, I was creating different stories about practically everything in music. And now I decided to dedicate my time and creativity to make these stories on a weekly basis. It's a very big commitment for me, but I will try. And to add to those stories, I will create interactive software for kids to learn not just about those characters, but also they are going to learn how to play those chords in all different tonalities. It's going to be not just a story, but also interaction with the software that I created, and it will make it like a life experience. So this is why I decided to make it like a subscription for kids. And when kids will subscribe, like they usually adults subscribe to newsletters, I don't believe it's going to be newsletters. It's going to be stories that I am going to share with kids. So it's like when I was a child, I was subscribed to some sort of children's magazine, and I was happy when I received the next issue. So I was looking forward to receiving those magazines. So it's going to be like a children magazine or like a children's soap opera where they can get know our characters from the Kingdom of Tune, and they will see all these different situations from these stories, and they will be also able to interact with piano keys and produce those characters. So it's going to be, I believe, very exciting experience, and everybody will enjoy it. Since kids, they love music, and they will be able to educate themselves and interactively with Kingdom of Tune, with our stories, with our characters, and with the piano keys. So, for example, right now on the screen, you can see the maid of honor, who is always changing her mood. She's happy or she's sad, and the Kingdom of Tune is in major or in minor. So yes, I know in many classrooms teachers explain major and minor, but to see the character and to be able to play it using your own fingers, it's much more fun, I think. So this is our Princess Subdominant. It's very important chord, and actually a lot of musicians use those three chords: tonica, subdominant, and dominant. Here is a character of Little Princess, and we have already some videos where this character is in different situations, but here in our stories we are going to have more to it. It's our King Dominant, of course, the absent-minded guy who always asks questions and receives answers from tonic. He has a secretary. His name is What If, and we are going to teach how dominant comes to tonic, or dominant comes to sixth, or Mr. What If. A lot of musicians know what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, not many regular people who didn't receive music education knows about that. But with this fairy tales and with my interactive computerized way to learn, practically everyone from you can pick up those chords, and then we'll be able to pick up any tune you want. This is Courier, the 7th degree, so it's who is bringing tonic messages, and it is also presented in musicology and music, and you will enjoy learning about this character. So what I am up to, I would like for you to if you have kids, just let them know that Queen Tonic invites them, and they can subscribe to her stories. And those stories are going to be in English and in Russian, hopefully in future in Spanish too. And there is a form that you can subscribe each child to. I will place the link to this form under my video, so you will be able to use the form to subscribe. I am not going to chase you or with my marketing or whatever. I am not interested. If you really want your kids to be educated, you just find the form, sign up, confirm that you want to receive those messages, those stories, and then we will take you to the board, and we will interact with your child and help your child to learn music with this exciting and a little bit unusual way. Now I'm going to switch to Russian and hope Russian friends will understand what I'm saying.